This one right here has been taking me a little while, but with this opportunity to share my story, I just want to get this one right.
Hold up, I don't know what's got me looking to the past when I'm moving forward. I might slip up on my ass, but I never fold up. I might pull up late to class, but I always show up. Yeah, even when it's dark outside. And even when it's dark outside. And I know I'm a mess. I done made a mess now. Caught me slipping on a ride, whipping from the left now. I've been all up off my game, young, dumb, and stressed out. Might not hit a triple-double, but I put my best out. Yeah, even when it's dark outside.
I'm sure other travelers can attest, but when you finally reach the place that you've been anticipating or dreaming about visiting for so long, it's like you get some sort of a high, and everything that you look at, all the details, all the colors, all the people, all of the, structures, they just come to life so much more. I found myself trying to lock into every little detail, and it was cool. You realize Japanese people pay so much attention to detail, and then you zoom in on one thing, and all of a sudden something just pops out at you and leaves such a splash on your experience, and it's just something that stays with you for a long time. I didn't see this till a couple seconds. I was sitting over here trying to figure out what the is going on with this toilet. Especially with that one right there. The jet orientation was cool, but sitting in them conferences all day had me dying to explore.
Flash, what's good? Know you about to take off. Just want to wish you safe travels and show some love. You a wise dude, so I know when you get to Japan, you're gonna hit the ground running, man. And I love you.
Yeah, we out here.
Hit me when you land.
Tokyo. Something light though. Nothing crazy.
I don't care if I'm a tourist, man. I am a tourist.
Y'all want to eat that? Just let me know. So me and my boys, Devon and Derek, we decided to explore Tokyo a little bit right after orientation, and while we were exploring, we had to do what every foreigner must do in their first trip to Japan. Just so nobody get it confused, for me, coming to Japan means so much more than just anime and ramen. Of course, my siblings and I had Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, but our first and deepest connection to Japan is our grandmother. My grandmother was born and raised in Japan, and when she came to the U.S., she pretty much was blessed with a small army of children. By the time I met my grandmother, she was much older and in and out of the hospital battling illness. She used to give us this Swedish fish, and to be honest, it was just hospital candy, but in my mind, I was convinced this was some exclusive flavored candy from Japan. When she passed, it was kind of like that piece to our puzzle was missing. At one point, my mom, she tried to get us to learn Japanese. That junk lasted for 2 weeks. One thing that really had a lasting impression was this map of Japan my mother had brought home one day, and my brother and sister and I would pass it in the living room and just point to all the places that we just knew we was gonna be. And we couldn't even pronounce them, but what you gonna tell a young kid dreaming?
Yeah, I was just reading this book. It was talking about how time flies. And I was just thinking back to when we was kids in the basement. We came a long way, but I feel like there's still a lot more for us to do.
First train ride out this hole. We in Tokyo, with the squad, we out here. Let's go out here with the squad. They don't even know it. And we cruising, that's how we do.
Yo, I say, man, 3 straight third, hold it down, man. You know what I'm saying? All I pray is for safety, my nigga. I can travel.
Welcome to Guma.
Very different.
Welcome to Guma. One thing that caught me by surprise, and not only in Guma but in Japan in general, is just how green this country is. There's a lot of green, and I really didn't expect that. There's also so much beauty around every corner. It makes you really appreciate nature. I'm gonna keep it all the way true. what the hell I'm doing it. The food here is really good. I mean, there's just so many different things to try, and a lot of the food here is just so different. One of my favorite moments really early on in my experience was when two of my teachers invited me out for lunch. It was the first time that I was having lunch with anyone, and they couldn't speak English and I couldn't speak Japanese, but we just kind of got through the language barrier working together. And it's really moments like those that keep you focused and keep you studying. With Japanese being so difficult, it's easy to lose motivation, but every now and then something random happens, like that text message that comes that you can't understand, and then someone explains to you and like, yo, that's a tsunami warning. And you like, oh, really?
I need to work on my soul. I need to work on my goals. I need to balance my patience, work on my pace and empty my woes. I need to feel my emotions. I need to grip on my focus. I need to know what I've chosen, not just for me and nurture my closest. I need to work with my father. Too many curses I harbor. I need to break from my habits, cleansing my spirit, filling my chalice. I need to know what I offer. Show me a way to go farther. Peace of mind is gonna cost, and I've been fucking up for.
My aunt actually journeyed here many years ago, and she actually bridged the gap between my two families. One thing I really want to do is follow in her footsteps in that regard and just discover even more about our family history.
I know you're on your way to the other side of the world. Wish you good luck, safe travels, much success, opportunity. Man, I appreciate you, bro. You're like a big bro to me. You've been looking out. I know you're gonna do big things for the world.
We party every night.
We real litty, Check us out.
And our wings just keep getting in the way. Babe, I can't wait. Our love so strong. So
I finally got my package from my boy. He sent me some gifts. Well, I actually bought him as gifts. I'm actually gonna keep one for myself. But yeah, these are these pens. You can follow them at Tokyo Pens on IG. And these things are going like hotcakes. So if you want one, they come in all different shapes, sizes, colors. Feel free to follow them, and you can buy them for yourself or for a really dope gift. Check them out. If you made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I worked extremely hard on these last 7.5 minutes. And all that's left to say for me is that I'm hoping that you will tune in for the rest of this journey, because I can promise you it'll be worth your while. Balance.